Amani lived in a small village. It was in the heart of Africa. The houses were painted with bright colors. The people were warm and welcoming. Amani loved her village. Amani loved to play with her friends. They would run around the village. They laughed and sang songs. The sun shined brightly on them. They were happy. Amani's village was surrounded by nature's beauty. There were tall trees and flowing rivers. Animals roamed freely. Birds sang sweet melodies. It was a peaceful place. Amani felt safe and loved in her village. She knew everyone and everyone knew her. It was her home. Every night, Amani's family gathered around a warm fire. The fire crackled and danced, casting flickering shadows on their faces. Amani's grandmother would tell them stories. The stories were about their ancestors. They were about brave warriors and wise elders. They were about magical creatures and distant lands. Amani loved these stories. Amani's favorite story was about a magical mountain. This mountain was said to grant wishes, but it was very far away. It was full of danger. Amani would listen with wide eyes. She imagined herself climbing the magical mountain. She dreamed of the wish she would make. The stories filled her heart with wonder. Amani's family cherished these storytelling moments. They brought them closer together. The stories kept their traditions alive. They taught Amani important lessons about life. The magical mountain was only a legend, or so most people thought. It was said to be far beyond the great river. No one Amani knew had ever seen it. The legend said the mountain could grant any wish, but only to those who were pure of heart, only to those who were brave enough to reach the top. Amani thought about the mountain all the time. She thought about the people in her village. Many were struggling. She wished she could help them. One day, Amani decided to find the mountain. She wanted to make a wish for her people. She knew it would be a difficult journey, but she was determined. Section 4. Amani's brave choice. Amani knew she couldn't tell anyone about her plan. They would worry. They might even try to stop her, so she kept it a secret. Amani packed a small bag. She took some food and water. She took her favorite blanket. She took a small knife for protection. Early one morning, while everyone was still asleep, Amani left her hut. She took one last look at her village. Then she started walking towards the river. Amani knew the journey would be long and dangerous, but she was not afraid. She was determined to reach the magical mountain. She wanted to make her wish. Section 5. Setting out with courage. The sun was just rising as Amani reached the river. The water sparkled like 1,000 diamonds. Amani took a deep breath and began to cross. The water was cold and refreshing. It felt good on Amani's feet. She moved slowly and carefully. She did not want to slip. As Amani crossed the river, she saw animals drinking from the water. She saw birds singing in the trees. She felt a sense of peace. After what felt like hours, Amani reached the other side of the river. She was tired, but she was also excited. Her journey had just begun. Section 6. A heart full of hope. Amani continued on her journey. The sun rose higher in the sky. It started to get hot. Amani was tired and thirsty. Amani sat down under a tree to rest. She ate some of her food and drank some water. She closed her eyes and thought of her family and friends. Thinking of her village gave Amani strength. She knew she had to keep going. She had to reach the mountain. She had to make her wish. Amani stood up and continued on her way. She was determined to succeed. She knew she could do it. She had hope in her heart.